Today we're going to talk about things you can do during the cold winter months.
We're talking about getting your house ready to sell, right?
Right. In the springtime, you think, well, you have nothing to do in the winter months, right?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, well, you can get to work and get your house ready for the springtime. So, we're going to give you 3 things you can do now to get your house ready to sell in the springtime.
Yeah.
And also, we're in Valentine's season right now. And
Valentine's week.
right. And there are 3 faux pas that basically I committed over Valentine's past that hopefully you'll learn from and not commit the same mistakes.
It's not like a crime, but it's close.
Pretty well, I was punished, okay, like it was a crime. And also our featured home of the week. Let's get started. Before we get to talking about what you can do now to get your home ready for a spring sale, you know, that's 2 months away, 3 months away, but it seems like
It takes a
80
long
degrees away from now because we're going to be down to 0 tonight.
Yeah.
So we're stuck indoors. So what can you do when it's your housebound to get your house ready for sale in the springtime?
Right.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But first, let's have some fun at my expense because, you know, we're
is
at
easy.
Valentine's Day weekend right now. Love is in the air. Not always, okay? So 3 things that I did wrong in our
1,000-year
thousand
marriage.
years of marriage. In one, can you remember, here's a hint, Suzanne Summers.
Oh, God.
Great legs.
Thank you.
How do you get them?
I used to do aerobics till I dropped. Then I found Thigh Master.
Okay, so here's what it was. One day before, this was years ago.
Oh, yeah. I swear, I think I was like 26.
Yeah, like I said, years ago.
Yeah.
You were watching an infomercial, and it was Suzanne Summers.
Before her nose were
She
big.
was what, Three's Company, and then she was big with the Thigh Master and very popular, right?
Yeah.
Every single time you squeeze Thigh Master, you strengthen and tone right where you need it. So it's easy to squeeze your way to shapely hips and thighs.
Very popular. And you said, what'd you say?
I might use that.
You said that seemed, yeah, I could use that.
I could use that.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay. So without her knowing it, I ordered the Thigh Master.
It's brilliant.
So,
Right?
so you remember, I wasn't here when it came to the door.
Happy Valentine's. Why don't you shave off a couple of inches on your thighs and butt?
No, okay. So I can't remember if it was FedEx or it was UPS.
It was UPS. I remember him.
Okay. So kind of relive the moment. The guy, you open the door and
And it clearly says
What-
like Thigh Master, and it has a picture of Suzanne Summers on it.
on the package.
I'm looking
Really?
at it.
So
and
it wasn't just a brown
No, I
package?
said, take that back. Just put it back in your truck. Just leave. And I sent him back.
I think you
so
berated him a little bit more than that. I think you said, does it look like?
Does it look like I need it?
How do you answer
Don't answer that.
Right. That poor guy didn't know what hit him.
I had 3 little boys at home. It was probably a bad day. Come on. Yeah, don't
guy-
ever do that.
That guy, you never got the Thigh Master. He took it back into his truck. I
Don't
know what
even
he did with
order
it.
your wife a Peloton. Okay? This is a free marriage thing here. If she wants a Peloton, she'll order it.
Secret to shapely thighs is exercising these muscles with just the right resistance. Thigh Master. We may not have been born with great legs, but now we can look like we were.
So that was a big mistake. I learned from that never to order a Thigh Master, Butt Master, or any kind of exercise machine for Valentine's Day. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Another mistake I made was we were looking at another infomercial, or I was, and it was the Omaha Steaks.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
I thought,
you know.
now I'm thinking, what was I thinking? I thought, well, that'd be kind of nice to have some steaks and
Lobster.
and lobster.
It was a cool Valentine, and it had dessert. I remember I was kind of excited about it, but it never came for
Well, it didn't come. It didn't come on time.
Yeah.
It didn't come 1 week late or 2 weeks late. It came like 3 weeks late.
I know, and it sucks
And it-
because it was in this big igloo package.
Right. Kind of a telltale sign that it was rancid. was the cat that we had at the time was all over
Yeah.
that packaging before we even opened it up.
I also used to tell him I didn't want to have any flowers.
Right. You did not like flowers at all. It was a waste of money. So I never bought her flowers.
So,
And-
but in my
and,
defense, I was always trying to save
you
money.
have no defense with this one.
I was
okay?
always trying to save money.
Okay.
It's true.
So one time years later, you go, how come you never get me flowers?
You don't send me flowers.
Singing lessons for next Valentine's Day. Okay. So I got in trouble for all those years that I didn't get her flowers.
Because now I like them.
Okay, let's get to business now. That
Okay.
was not fun at
So
all. That
sad.
was pain for me. Okay, so we're in the winter months right now. It is cold out now, and it's snowing out there. It's icy out
Icy.
there, and maybe
It hailed ice with
Yeah.
thunder snow last night. If you've never heard of thunder snow, it's pretty fantastic.
so maybe you're thinking about you're going to sell your house in the springtime.
So hold on. While I'm talking about thunder snow, I got to say one thing. Last night, I hear the hail just starting to pelt on my window. And as a real estate agent, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, all the houses I'm getting ready to put on the market, and we're going to get a hailstorm. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad.
Right.
I mostly just don't want to deal with it. So I was laying in bed at 3 in the morning.
Right.
And I was thinking about houses.
It didn't bother me one bit.
Yeah, he sleeps through
Yeah,
it. In
right
the
through it.
evening.
Right through it. Okay, so you have nothing to do now. So maybe get your house ready. So
Right.
we have 3 things you can do now to get your house ready in the wintertime for your spring sale there.
Right.
All right, declutter and depersonalize.
Right. What do you think that means?
That means, if you've lived in a space, in a house, any length of time, you have a lot of junk.
You do.
Right?
You do. And
You
people
get rid of a lot of that stuff.
people are going to go through your closets, and I have a really great example of what they do. So we put our house on the market a couple years back, and for my birthday, my girlfriend's got me a stripper pole, just as a joke. I'm serious. I mean, I used it like a couple times. But
I had no idea you were going to bring this up.
I know, well, I was thinking about it because it has something to do with clutter. The stripper poles come in these like cylinders, and then it has like a really cute little cartoon girl on the stripper pole going, ah. Anyways, you can tell clearly there's a stripper pole in it. So I took it and I put it in my linen closet, not even thinking that people might be going through my closets. And I'm a realtor. It's an open house. They open it up, the whole thing falls out.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that
No.
story? Trevor next door knows that story.
Of course he would.
That's a
Okay.
true story.
So,
So the stripper
lesson
pole,
is-
just don't put a stripper pole in your
Right, that's
closet.
the lesson. Okay, and
No.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with stripper poles in their closet, or other things maybe. Okay, but anyway, clean out your closets.
Yeah.
Declutter.
You'll be surprised to how much stuff you'll probably get rid of. You got rid of how many bags?
Oh my gosh,
Garbage sacks.
out of
Big.
my closet there. It was probably half a dozen big bags of clothes.
Right.
And I look at my closet and I go, it still looks like I need to do a lot more.
No, his closet looks great. My
Right.
closet looks terrible.
Right.
And you got rid of so many beautiful items that you didn't need, especially some of your Channel 8 shirts that somebody wanted. And the next day, this is no joke, he threw away all his Channel 8 stuff because nobody really watches that station anymore. And so he took them and he actually told me they're all in the Goodwill now. And the guy had asked you,
Right, the day
the
after
day
that.
after he private messaged you.
One of
and
my
asked you.
followers on Facebook said, hey, if you have any more Channel 8 gear, I'd love to have some. Well, if you had asked me a day ahead of time,
We would
you
gladly
could
have
have
given it
had
to you.
all of it.
Yeah. But, sorry.
So somebody's got it right now.
Yeah, great. Good for them.
Send it to, no, I won't say
Don't go
that.
there.
Okay, well, I mean, the whole idea is to make it look like a prospective buyer
Right.
could live in that house.
Do you remember our pantry a couple weeks ago, what it looked like?
Right.
And then I redid
Right.
it. I didn't do it
Right.
before and after because I really didn't think I was going to do that great of a job. And I did do a great job.
Hmm.
But I did have to throw away a lot of cans that had like old dates on it. That's easy. So go through your cans, throw it away. Make your pantry
What were
look
some of
good.
the dates on some of the items in the pantry? Just real quick.
My
Just-
kids
Okay.
do this to me. So we had some spices that were from like 1985.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay. that reminds me of college days.
Those were
because,
your spices before you met me, because I was
okay,
graduating
let's
from high
move
school
on
in
here.
1985.
Also, take down a lot of your family of photos, unique pieces of art, sports memorabilia.
don't take down all your family
No.
photos, because some people ask, and sometimes, they're nice, they're cute. I'm not going to ask you to do all that.
But some things could distract or even turn off potential buyers.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
If you know what I mean.
right, neutralize your house a little
Right,
bit. Okay, so that's number one there. Also, this is, I was going to say it's easy, but it could take a little time. Paint. Fresh coat of
It's
paint.
easy. It is easy. And it's cheap if you do it yourself.
Right. Well, it just in if you've got a color now that's a bold color, make it more. Okay, we're not selling right now. When this is not a
This
color
will
to
go
sell a house, but if I was going, this is for my office here, my studio. But if we were going to sell the house, I would paint this.
When I came in here and saw what he did, I almost died.
Yeah. But isn't that better than just white behind there?
I don't know. You're colorblind.
Yeah. What color is that? I have no idea. Okay, so get rid of clutter.
Right.
That's number one.
That's number one.
Number one. Two is paint and make it more neutral colors.
You just have to remember, if you put your house in the market, people are going to look at everything. They might even open up your junk drawer. It's true.
Wow, we have a lot of work to do, don't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to sell our house.
It's work to sell a house. Isn't
It
it
is. It is work. It is a
Okay.
lot of work. Well,
Okay.
we haven't moved in 25 years, I think.
Right.
It's going to be scary.
Right. It's going to happen. Sooner or later, maybe sooner. Okay, number 3 here is do small repairs around the house.
Right. Oh, yeah, you're so handy.
Thank you. I feel like this
That's a
whole
roast.
podcast is
Happy
me.
Valentine's week.
Okay. Wow. I'm used to it. Okay. That means,
Sorry.
the plumbing, electrical, and if you can't do it,
No, I have plenty of handy guys that come and help us, and they know who they are.
Right. Leaky
and-
faucets, windows
they
that
help
have a
mark all that.
draft, weather stripping.
Right. And the one thing you need to know about me, I really am the original Angie's List. That's the truth, huh?
Yeah, she knows everyone.
I do.
All the fix-it people.
You need somebody,
Right.
I am your girl.
Right.
But if you live in like California or Oregon or Missouri, we're in Tulsa. So
Right.
right here. Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Bixby, Owasso.
Right.
I got a guy.
Okay.
I got a guy or a gal.
All right. So those are 3 things. There are a lot more things you can do now to get your ready house.
But cleanliness, I mean, it's
house
just
ready to
important.
sell.
Just make sure you look organized.
Right.
Unless you don't want to sell your house. Now, when I walk into a house and it is a disaster, I usually know that it's like a divorce or something. They do not want to sell their house.
And sometimes you do all this stuff to sell the house, and then you go, I
I
kind of
like my house.
Right. And I'm not going to sell.
That's true.
Right.
That happens. That does
So
happen.
that's one of the benefits of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
true.
Our featured home.
Well, I had to talk about this house again because I love the backyard, the pool. It was just the best setting.
Right.
So Mark took pictures last summer for it. Sometimes you'll take pictures of houses before you list them because you know you're going to be listing them in like March and that the weather's going to be crappy. So
It won't always be like this. We'll be sitting out by the pool or on the patio, right?
yeah,
So when that time comes,
yeah,
if you want a house with a pool,
right.
this might be a good one. All right, there's our featured home of the week. Also, some tips on how to get your house ready now during the winter months for selling it in the springtime.
Right.
And also, we gave you some tips on how to avoid getting into trouble around Valentine's Day.
Doghouse.
Am I off the hook out of the doghouse now?
Totally off the hook.
No, never.
That was a joke.
It's cold in that doghouse right now.
Yeah.
It's too cold.
It's cold. It's definitely too cold.